Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 4, Lesson 22, and it's the very first lesson of a brand new unit all about pronouns. Pronouns are the handy little words that stand in for nouns, so we don't have to repeat the same name again and again. Today, we'll meet the personal pronouns and learn how they split into two teams, subject pronouns and object pronouns. The difference comes down to the job a pronoun does in its sentence. Let's get started. Let's begin with a simple but powerful idea. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. Imagine we're talking about a girl named Priya. Instead of saying Priya over and over, we can swap in a short word, she. That little word she stands in for the noun Priya and means exactly the same person. So a pronoun simply replaces a noun so we don't have to keep repeating it. Why do we even need pronouns? Picture this without them. Diego cooked, then Diego cleaned, then Diego rested. Hearing the name Diego 3 times feels clunky and repetitive. Now watch what a pronoun does. Diego cooked, then he cleaned, then he rested. Much smoother. The pronoun he steps in for Diego and keeps our writing clean and easy to follow. The pronouns we'll focus on today are called personal pronouns. A personal pronoun refers to a specific person or thing. It can be singular, standing for just one, like I, she, or it, or it can be plural, standing for more than one, like we or they. Each personal pronoun points to someone or something particular, so both the speaker and the listener know exactly who or what we mean. Personal pronouns come in 2 forms, and the first is the subject pronoun. A subject pronoun is used as the subject of a sentence, the one doing the action. Here are all 7. I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Watch one at work. She enjoys the new movie. The word she is the subject. She is the one doing the enjoying. Whenever a pronoun is the doer, you reach for a subject pronoun. The second form is the object pronoun. An object pronoun is used as the object, the word that receives the action. Here are all 7. Me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. An object pronoun can follow a verb. Tara read it. Read what? It. The pronoun it receives the action of the verb. Or it can follow a preposition. David gave the tickets to us. The word us comes right after the preposition to. Either way, when a pronoun receives the action, you reach for an object pronoun. Now let's see all of them together in one chart. On the left are the subject pronouns, the doers. On the right are the object pronouns, the receivers. Notice how each subject form has an object partner. I becomes me. You stays you. He becomes him. She becomes her. And it stays it. We becomes us, and they becomes them. Read them across in pairs, and the whole system fits in your head at once. So how do you choose between the 2 forms? Simple. Let the pronoun's job in the sentence decide. If the pronoun is doing the action, use a subject form, like I, she, or we. If the pronoun is receiving the action, use an object form, like me, her, or us. Here's the same person in both roles. She thanked the coach, uses the subject form because she is the doer. The coach thanked her, uses the object form because now she is the receiver. Same person, different job, different form. Let's boil it all down. First, find the pronoun and ask what it's doing in the sentence. Second, if it's the doer, the subject, choose a subject pronoun like I, she, or they. Third, if it's the receiver, the object, choose an object pronoun like me, her, or them. One question. The pronoun's job tells you which form to use every time. Ready to practice a few together? Time to practice. In this first set, look at the pronoun in each sentence and decide whether it's a subject pronoun, the doer, or an object pronoun, the receiver. Pause the video and choose before I reveal the answer. They painted the old fence. Look at the pronoun they. Is it doing the action or receiving it? They are the ones painting, so they is the doer, the subject. So the answer is subject pronoun. Grandma baked cookies for us. The pronoun here is us. Who bakes? Grandma, not us. The word us comes after the preposition for, and it receives the action, so it's an object pronoun. So the answer is object pronoun. We cheered from the stands. The pronoun is we. We are the ones doing the cheering. So we is the subject, the doer of the action. That makes it a subject pronoun. So the answer is subject pronoun. In this second set, each sentence is missing a pronoun. Decide which form fits the pronoun's job. The subject form for a doer or the object form for a receiver. Pause and choose before I answer. Blank finished the puzzle first. The missing pronoun is the subject, the one doing the finishing, so we need a subject form. Between she and her, the subject form is she, so the answer is she. Dad drove blank to the game. Who drives? Dad. The blank receives the action and follows the verb drove, so we need an object form. Between they and them, the object form is them, so the answer is them. Please hand the map to blank. The blank comes right after the preposition to, which means it's an object, so we need the object form. Between I and me, the object form is me, so the answer is me. Let's gather up what we learned. A pronoun takes the place of a noun, so we don't have to repeat it. And a personal pronoun names a specific person or thing. Subject pronouns, I, you, he, she, it, we, and they, do the action of the sentence. Object pronouns, me, you, him, her, it, us, and them, receive the action. When you're unsure which to use, just ask what job the pronoun is doing, and let that pick the form. In our next lesson, we'll keep exploring pronouns and the work they do. Great work today, and I'll see you there.